What a way to start with a nice cough. Hello visuals, welcome back to the Visual Guys podcast, where we have the last entertainment news of the year. Yeah, it will be. So the last roundup and shit. And yeah, Chris is here. It's all the normal shenanigans. We have a lot of entertainment. Well, we have some big entertainment shit to talk about. But more importantly, I do have a fun thing to talk with Chris, which I'm going to base the thumbnail and whatnot on. It's up to you. Do you want to do news first? And I'll wait for your little fun thing at the end, or do you want to get your little fun thing in?
No, we'll get the little fun thing over and done with.
Right, okay. Basically, if you've listened to the Hawkeye podcast, it says, Chris, do not let me rank. Do not let you rank Hawkeye where it is for you, right?
Yes.
Because I did a video up, Chris probably didn't know this, a couple of weeks ago saying, before Spider-Man came out, I made a video saying my favourite MCU things from this year. And I ranked them all, put them blah, 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 blah. I want to know what, Chris, in what order is your favourite MCU thing from the best to your least favourite, in order from all the films and all the shows. Don't worry, because I know you've got a shit memory.
What?
I'm going to re-jog your memory. But before Spider-Man came out, I already made this list, and I stopped the list at 2, because I thought, what's the point? Spider-Man's not even out, but everyone knows that if it was out, it's going to be number 1 for me. So, right, Chris, you might have to concentrate here. Oh, okay. He's got his phone out. Chris, out of all the MCU things, from your favourite to least favourite, I'll just tell you. Oh, to be honest with you, I'm sat there going, I'll tell you, I'll probably forget you now. Right, so film-wise, and I am including Venom. I'm only including Venom because at the very end, because I included it in my list, at the very end, it's inside of the MCU. The whole film's not in, but at the very end, it's got like a little...
Carnage, not the first one.
So you can include Venom, Let There Be Carnage, right?
Yeah.
Right, so
not the first one, or no. You include that?
You know, you can only include, but obviously the first one wasn't out this year anyway, was it? No. So films, well, shows, you've got WandaVision.
Shows, right? Okay, all right, okay.
Right,
yes.
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Falcon Winter Soldier.
Falcon.
Loki and Hawkeye. I'm not including MODOK because you never watched it. I know you didn't watch it, so you can ignore that. Right, so you got your 4 and What Ifs. There's your 5 shows.
Okay.
Films.
Right, can I do a series first?
No, because do you want to write it down?
Yes.
Do you want to write it down?
Because you know my fucking memory is like.
You can write it on the. Where's this? These are my I have Doctor Strange notes.
Doctor Strange.
You might be able to get away with it there. Right. So, Chris, ramble on to our viewers.
Okay. So, what did you say? You had Hawkeye.
I'm just going to put Wanda because you know that is.
And I had Wanda, Loki, What If. And what was the other one? Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that's my 5 TV series.
Right, but again, you have to rank them with the films as well.
I have to rank them with the films.
Yeah.
Right.
Because for all we know, all the shows were your favourite things.
True. Right. So films out this year. I'm just writing them down, people.
Writing them down. I'm just writing them down. I'm missing one. Yeah.
Is that it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Is that it?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Yeah, 10 because I only did a list of 9. Yeah, like I said, MODOK counts as this because it's part of the thingy, but you didn't watch it, so it doesn't matter.
Right, can I have that pen and piece of paper so I can put numbers beside each one? Yes,
right. And again, like I said, I did my list. And I knew Spider-Man was going to be top of it. If you want to go see my list, go check out Superhero Wednesday from about 3-4 weeks ago.
This is a hard list.
Mate, and again, I had to alliterate. During my list, just because something might have been at the bottom doesn't mean it's awful. It's just I had to list them. So what was, go from your least favourite, Chris. Your least favourite might be the same as mine, I reckon. And then give us your thoughts as you're going through them.
I don't know what my least favourite is.
Well, if I don't want to influence your decision. My least favourite was Eternals.
So, no, I enjoyed Eternals, to be fair.
And I think I put Black Widow quite down on my list as well. I don't know, you enjoyed that.
I enjoyed Black Widow. Right. My least.
Yeah. And again, just because it's your least favourite doesn't mean you hate it. It just means you would rather watch the other stuff first.
What If?
It's gone for What If. Actually, no, that's it. That's actually not a surprise because I know some episodes didn't hit a message. So what was it that What If that just didn't
like say I wasn't fully drawn in. There was a couple episodes that I was like, what?
Well, I know episode 1, the first thing you introduced, you come around and you went, nah, not really for me.
Yeah. So it was good. I got into it. But
bearing in mind, a lot of these have got nominations for shit. That What If's getting done for Best Animated Series, isn't it?
it's just like say, the animation of the side was brilliant.
But it just, you didn't...
No, I just...
I know,
get behind it.
correct me if I'm wrong, I know you got more psyched up towards the end.
Yes.
When they were building this weird multiverse of Avengers from different...
Yes.
And then a lead on to Series 2.
Yes.
Right, so What If's at the bottom of your list?
What If's at the bottom of the list? I don't know where to go from again, though. I might be wrong.
Like I said, it doesn't matter, mate. There's no wrong or right answer. You can... Well, can you point out your ultimate favourite out of everything straight away? Because then that's another one ticked off.
No.
Like I said, for me, Spider-Man...
Well, yeah, Spider-Man for you.
But to be fair, I had to mention as well, I know I'm biased. I think even if Spider-Man wasn't my favourite hero, I still have to go for that.
See, I really liked Eternals and Black Widow.
Well, put them top. It's your list, mate. There's no wrong or right answer.
But I enjoy Shang-Chi. Right, number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
We're at the top there. Always got the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. Out of all this, just the shows alone, that was your least favourite.
Yeah.
Right, fair enough. So Falcon is at number 9.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Number 8. I'm going to say...
I know Venom's a little bit of a loophole, but I'm including it. Chris, he's got the look on him like he's going to get done for this or some shit. The police aren't going to hoover the door down and go, why isn't Shang-Chi number 1?
Loki, number 8.
Loki's number 8. So, right, okay, that's fair enough. And Loki, we know, is confirmed for season 2.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
So he's taking the shows off. So the majority of the stuff at the top of your list is going to be films. Venom. Number 7.
Yes.
So Venom's number 7. Again, I know it's a loophole, but I'm fucking sticking with it. Fuck it, it's our podcast. We do what we want.
It's getting harder now.
But hey,
harder.
Mate, I love giving these things to Chris because he always melts. Just think, the way I do it is the individual moments from certain films. So like Shang-Chi was up there on my list because of how beautiful the fighting was. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Right, Eternals.
Eternals is number 6. Number 6. We're going with number 6. Bearing in mind as well, with Chris, the newer stuff will be more fresh in your head. So Hawkeye was finished Wednesday. Yeah. So that's going to be right there on your list. Whereas the likes of WandaVision, you've probably forgot what it was about.
Probably. She's still on the list, though.
She's still out there. They are.
Right, number 5. I'm going to give it 2. Black Widow.
Oh, so Black Widow is his halfway mark. He's down to his final 5. Who's going to drop out now and miss top 4? The thought process, and I can see the cogs working visuals.
Wanda's number 4.
Wanda makes top 4, but she's Wanda and Vision are in at number 4. So he's left with visuals. Hawkeye, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, and that's it, isn't it? Oh, these are some good titles as well. These are some fucking sick titles.
Shang-Chi's number 3.
Oh, Shang-Chi's number 3. Oh my God, Hawkeye. Or Spider. Hawkeye's number 1. He's got Hawkeye as number 1.
Yeah,
and
I think it was a flawless fucking program.
Mate, like I said, just because something might be number 3 and 4 and 5, it doesn't mean you didn't like. It's just you have to pick. It's the whole point of making a fun little list. I think that's my notes for. Yeah, it's my notes for later.
Like I said, I enjoyed all of them. To be fair.
No, you're not wrong, mate.
One of them I've had ups and downs, but I think Hawkeye for me, it's just so.
Yeah. I had to, when I did my list, I had to break it down. So Eternals, as an overall story, I really enjoyed it. But like when we said cinema, I was like, it just sort of didn't fit right. Shang-Chi was up there because I love the fight. And Spider-Man's up there because I knew the overall story it was going to tell was going to be so impactful. I know, it's I'm being biased. I put Falcon and Winter Soldier up there because the monument.
You like the speech?
I love the speech, but the visual image of the shield being so huge in comics and what it means in the films, it's such an important moment. Again, getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Look at the state of that one. So I had to break it all down and go through it. One Division was high up because of that was the first thing, really. I mean, me and you theorised over stuff, but then podcasts were like an hour long each one theorising, whether we got shit right or wrong. But what it did, what the conversation it started, I had to give it props for that because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hawkeye was sort of in the middle-ish, even though it hadn't finished. But I knew it was amazing. I knew it was going to be flawless and it was going to be fun. But I knew me and you couldn't sit for an hour and talk about all the connectivity and stuff like that.
No, we didn't talk about it, but we did Wonder.
Exactly. So I had to try and find the thingies for whatnot. Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so that's it. That's your top 10. I'll tell you what, I'll quickly, just now you've done it. What If number 10, Falcon number 9, Loki number 8, Venom number 7, Eternals number 6, Black Widow number 5, WandaVision number 4, number 3 was Shang-Chi, then Spider-Man, then Hawkeye. That's Chris's list. Look how much shit MCU give us this year.
Quite a lot, considering they've dragged it out.
I know, mate, it's fucking
You've been
nuts.
kicking off. Where the fuck's Spider-Man?
I know, it's here. Where's Spider-Man 4?
3.
And thinking, well, no, it was Spider-Man 4, wouldn't it? Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. Where's Spider-Man 4? I want it now.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Let's Wanda, we know what's coming up next. Falcon and Winter Soldier, we know we've got a Cap 4. We know we've got a Loki Season 2. We know what's happening with Hawkeye. We know what it's got a Season 2. Shang-Chi will be, I'm assuming we'll see him before we see Shang-Chi 2.
Well, I think we're going to get a spin-off before we see the film.
I assume so, but again, we know that he's currently with Wong and Bruce Banner, so we know we're going to see him soon.
Since you brought it up, we have a special guest.
On what?
In Shang-Chi.
Who?
The second film.
Right.
Our man. Jackie Chan.
I've heard this. I saw a statement saying the director wants to get Jackie Chan involved. The fucking nipple-ons, mate. More than happy with that. Spider-Man, we have a question mark. We don't know what's happening with him next. Venom.
I've got news.
Alright, so we'll wait for that then. Venom, we don't 100% know what's happening. Do you have news?
Kind of.
Right, okay. Eternals, we know that Star Fox come.
That's it.
And Black Widow, that's a full stop now in her story. So.
Yes, but even though she has got part of MCU progress coming, but we
Yeah.
don't know if she's going to be behind the scenes or in front of the camera. We don't know yet.
We don't know the full crack. Do you want me to hurry up and get my Doctor Strange notes out of the way?
Go on then.
I won't harper on too much. I'll just chuck them out there because we've got a full news.
Roll it out.
Because as we know, at the end of Spider-Man, we got the trailer, then it got released. I don't know, it was like a week after or some shit. It got like yesterday or the day before.
But technically, we got Spider-Man 2 days early.
Thanks to Tom Holland.
So it kind of makes sense.
Do you know what's beautiful? Tom Holland is a Tottenham fan. Sonny plays for Tottenham, scored the other night, and he slid on his fingers giving it that, and I was like, shit, why didn't you play for Newcastle? Fuck's sake.
But he wouldn't have done that.
No, he wouldn't have seen Tom. We used to have a player called Jonas Gutierrez that always kept a Spider-Man mask in his pants. When he scored, he would put it on.
Fair enough.
Gutierrez, he's Spider-Man from Argentina. That's what we used to sing. It's fucking mint. It's fucking... Right, so yeah, we got the trailer. The trailer's amazing. You know, I guess you might have your thoughts and opinions and shit, but I'll try and just wish for as quick as I can so we can get on with the news.
Go.
Straight away, we get the dialogue that's come straight from No Way Home. You know, they don't use that spell with Wong and all that kind of shit.
Yes.
The best thing in this trailer for me is the shot of the broken clock with Doctor Strange's face in it. Because to me, you know, I love symbolism and what the imagery means. To me, that's like symbolism, massive symbolism for that time and space is broken.
Yes. Because
we have a clock that's broken and time and space are intertwined. It's fucking amazing.
I'm intrigued in the evil.
Well, thingy, because it's Sam Raimi that directs this, the guy that directed the Spider-Man trilogy, and apparently it's supposed to be the first horror.
It does have that feeling.
Yeah, well, again, I'm going to get to now the decay in New York City in the Mirrorverse, where it's all fucking decrepit, and you even see him going through this. What I think is a Sanctum. It's all flooded, and goosebumps, man. Fuck off. So yeah, it's fucking crazy. This one's quite interesting. We see Kristen Palmer come back, and she's at a wedding. And we see Doctor Strange there, but I personally, it must be wedded to somebody else because you got to remember he was blipped for 5 years. And for all we know, she wasn't. So she could have,
Remarried.
found new love. So it looks like we're gonna have a bit of a heartbroken. This could be potential reason why we have the split of Estrange.
Possibly.
But we'll get into that later. So who's she married? This one's an interesting one, a really cool one. American Chavez, character that I'm not really asked about. American Chavez is a character which most notably I've personally seen in Young Avengers. But she has the ability to make star-shaped portals, hence the star and blah blah blah.
Yes.
She makes star-shaped portals to travel through the multiverse. She's got ability to go through the multiverse when and wherever you want. And most notably, whenever she's in the Young Avengers, she's mostly with Billy and Tommy Maximoff. So that's usually who she's on the team with, being Wanda's kids.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a connection for her to...
Possibly.
But it's a character. I mean, MCU were meant to do this. American Chavez, I'm not bothered about. MCU do it, and I'm like, oh, you've given her a bit more thingy. But she has good ramifications potentially coming from this. Wanda is back, and of course we see her in, I don't know, what do you call them? Is it an orchid? Where you're picking like apples and shit, and she's cutting something off, a tree, whatever. But Doctor Strange isn't bothered about what happened in Westview. Is an orchid?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I mean though.
Yeah.
She seems to have left that cabin wherever she's at.
No, I think she's still in the cabin.
Because that cabin had snowy mountains next to it, didn't it? Unless it was surrounded.
I think it's still the same place.
So that would make sense if we did get that little Doctor Strange coming down then.
Because it would be like the French Alps or something.
Yeah, it's a secluded, isolated sort of like log cabin-y place.
Yeah, it looks like the French Alps, to be fair.
Yeah, I have been there, but I was very young. I couldn't fucking tell you. It was just a lot of French people. Surprised. But we don't know if she's still on a quest for her boys, and we know that Scarlet that's talking to Doctor Strange, we don't know if that's the right Scarlet because we see at the end of WandaVision, she's got the one that's doing the normal shit, but then there's her in the back, the Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
So he could be talking to fuck knows. So that could be the defense one. If somebody comes, they can think, oh, there's one that's getting her or whatever, but really the real one's still doing her crazy shenanigans. The door, we see them floating through. In comics, it's such an iconic thingy because it leads onto the nexus of all realms, and we see them open that, the door with the wheel.
Yes.
And that looks like that's what they're doing. Quite literally, we were mistaken, me and you both, for the multiverse shit being Spider-Man, but that was just Sony multiverse shit.
That was just...
This is where the multiverse of madness really opens up.
Obviously, this is where it all starts.
See, Spider-Man started it. It just sort of creaked the door open a little bit, and got Doctor Strange thinking, "Shit, the multiverse, fuck." And then he's the one that's like, "God, boom, boom!" Door booted down, fucking shit going nuts.
All hell broke loose.
Yeah, Mordo is back. Of course, we saw him at the end. He was gonna, he left Doctor Strange, didn't he? He turned sort of semi-bad just to go kill off bad thingies. You probably can't remember that, can you? No, didn't think so. Scarlet has a slight outfit change. It's not the same Scarlet Witch outfit we see at the end of WandaVision. It's slightly different. Not that that means anything, but I thought it'd be fun to point out. The spell we see Strange use towards the end of the trailer, the magic he's using is red. And again, I've said to you about the red and blue symbolisms with Ant-Man and shit.
Yeah.
Red in the MCU is chaos magic, Nexus magic. So we see Doctor Strange using the red, because usually Doctor Strange is like yellowy. So we see Doctor Strange using a chaos spell for fuck knows why. Again, I've written it down anyway. Chaos, red being magic, being chaos and the dark dimension. So what the fuck's going to happen there? We see him make a weird red tentacle, sort of snaky looking arm sort of shenanigans. So we don't know if they're, remember the What If episode? But this could be a perfect symmetry to that, where we see Doctor Strange slowly, because he wants Christine back, doesn't he?
Yes.
And he slowly goes off the deep end.
Off the rails.
We see Shuma Gothra, which the big tentacle monster thing, which is cool because he has constantly been a Doctor Strange villain. He's been a villain for ages, and he's a multiversal monster. He's not a monster that just appears in this bit. He's fought Doctor Strange all over the multiverse. So now we've already got characters, villains and heroes that are able to travel through the multiverse. Yes. So it's fucking even better. Evil Doctor Strange, aka Doctor Strange Supreme, which I'm pretty sure it's Doctor Strange Supreme like we got in What If. Yeah. But I've also put as a side note, which the trailer hasn't alluded to, but in the comics there is a necromancer version of Doctor Strange where Strange and Mordo were at a point and Strange killed Mordo and a part of him separated to make this other necromancer sort of villainy Strange and our normal good one. and they were basically parallels to each other, but he was just doing the opposite of what he was doing.
Okay.
So it could be this weird necromancer. It might not necessarily be Doctor Strange Supreme, or they might have, it's the MCU, they might have infused the two characters, say. But something that happens with this chaos magic and what's maybe happened with Christine Palmer and the events of Spider-Man has somewhat triggered Strange some way. Because for all we know, the multiverse isn't officially all fixed because of what happened in Spider-Man. It might still be a little bit cracked or whatever.
Yeah.
Do I have any more than that? Or is that it? No, and that's my naughty notes till trailer 2 comes out.
Yes. Which I don't think we'll get trailer 2 for quite a while.
Well, what do you say it's out? March?
We have got
May.
March.
March. No, go push back to May.
May.
Just piggyback off any of that, do you want to have a slight guess as to anything that may
To
or may
be fair, the only thing I'm getting from this is I think we'll probably see a snippet of Shang-Chi towards the end. At the end.
I might see Shang-Chi right at the end, yeah. Well, again, we don't 100% know what his band... I personally believe, I said to you a few podcasts back, his band's alluding to Galactus. I really do. I really personally do. But it doesn't mean I'm right. So it could be...
Just with all the other shit going on and all that stuff, and obviously what happened at the end of Shang-Chi, it's just that's all I can think of at the minute is.
Yeah, well, we know Wong's dealing with it, and currently at this moment in time, Wong, as Spider-Man cleared up, is the Sorcerer Supreme at the minute.
But we could also see Wanda season 2. Yeah,
but me and you said a while back.
Oh, could we see Agatha?
Well, we know Agatha's got a show coming. Mm-hmm. Me and you said not long ago that we were expecting Wanda to be a big baddie.
Yeah, we did.
But it's weird at the minute now because we know that she wants her kids back. But to be fair, she's not doing any harm as it stands. She's just doing because we know now because of Loki, there's Nexus events and Nexus beings. Mm-hmm. So for all we know, and there's a cool idea I had of as well watching with Venom. I should have brought it up with you watching Venom, watching Spider-Man. That Venom could potentially also be a Nexus being, but that's a conversation for another day.
Okay.
So we still don't know what she means. I think this is going to be a case of Doctor Strange has just looked into the multiverse with Spider-Man. And he kind of wants to look a bit more and say, have I done everything right? Have we done everything right? What's happened? And this journey is going to lead him further and further and further. And next thing you know, he's tangled in this mess he didn't intentionally need to be in or want to be in. And now he's got this multiversal travel and he's exploring, okay, we can go here. Because again, he's still learning all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's going to explore parts of like the Christian Palmer part of him. He might get the what if episode, but in live action, part of him might be thinking, how can I get this back? Or whatever. Because again, we see a lot of characters and stuff in films do lots of crazy shit for love. So, again, there's not a hell of a lot. We just know that it's going to be madness.
Oh yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to open the door for a lot more stuff.
Yes.
To come.
But yeah, the trailer looks fantastic, and I cannot wait for Doctor Strange.
No. Not cannot.
Won't be as big as Spider-Man because I think it's going to be quite hard for any film recently to be as big as Spider-Man. Have you seen the numbers?
Yes.
They are fucking ridiculous, aren't they, mate? Did you know that they expected over the full opening weekend to reach 150 million? That was it. They expected for the full weekend. They hit 350 million on the first night.
It's big.
But yes, anyway, that's me done rambling. We can Chris's top 10 and thingy. Chris, we hear something. You got plenty of news or a few news?
I've got some, yeah. Obviously, I've got a couple from last week, which we never discussed. But yeah, I've got some. Again, it's still on the quiet side with everything.
It doesn't matter.
Christmas and all that stuff. But yeah, I've got some stuff to ramble on through. So, Moon Knight. As we know, Moon Knight is appearing.
Oscar Isaac.
Yep. And they're saying the Moon Knight with me. Well, I'm saying we know. I'm saying the Moon Knight you know. Mm-hmm. What's he like?
What's he like?
Yeah, as a villain kind of thing.
Well, he's kind of Oscar Isaac. He won't remember when he turns to the Moon Knight. He kind of gets took over because it's all Egyptian god shenanigans. He's the best way to describe it. He's kind of like the Batman when he's Moon Knight. He's not overly violent. Well, he's a bit violent. He's very brutal.
Yeah.
He's
Well, I'm glad you said that because the reason why I'm asking really is because they say they're gonna make him very brutal. It's gonna be the most brutal.
Well, he is
Brutus.
He's gonna be the most
brutalist?
the most bruteful. He's gonna be
a badass.
Yeah.
One of the big hired badasses in the MCU, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be a proper badass.
Well, I like that because again, Oscar Isaac, he won't realise when he's turned into Moon Knight. He won't realise
Yeah.
And then Moon Knight just literally just goes nuts.
Nuts.
Sick.
We have a new date for Uncharted now.
Was there a new trailer as well?
Yes.
Yeah, because correct me if I'm wrong. You're obviously way more invested. I didn't see a hell of a lot different from the first trailer.
No.
So am I going mad or what? So I watched it. I thought, all right, I'll watch this, and I'm thinking, we got most of this in the last trailer.
Yeah. 18th of February, we got Uncharted coming. It's a little bit strange seeing Tom.
Yeah, I still see him as a thingy.
Yeah. Before I go any further, I'll mention Matrix. I watched it last night. There's a online.
Just spoiler heavy.
Like I say, I really enjoyed it. To be fair, it's basically it follows on from the third film.
Which I know number 2 and number 3 were a lot more slammed than the first one was. I know people because it was the twin directors, the brother and sister directed them ones, wasn't it? So was that bad or good? Because I know they were not as critically acclaimed as the first one.
No, like I said, I enjoyed this one.
Is it doing well so far?
I haven't really looked at the figures to be fair, because it only just came out.
A critic saying it's decent or not?
I think it's getting given like 79% on Rotten
Tomatoes.
So it's
to be fair as well, with
high.
Keanu Reeves in it, not a lot of people are gonna. It's Keanu Reeves.
It starts off spoilers. It starts off that he's a computer designer. Basically, what he lived in the past is what he thinks he's done with.
So how has he forgot that he was in the Matrix?
It explains that.
Right. Okay.
I don't want to explain it because I'll make it sound shit and dumb.
Just like me when I talk all the time.
So I recommend you watching it.
Right. Okay.
But can you remember what happened in the last?
Vaguely, I didn't like the Matrix. You know,
he basically kind of sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
To get rid of the robots. Yeah. And to save.
Yeah.
Thingy.
So he destroyed the Matrix.
No. Even though I just fucking watched it, I don't really want to dumb it down. I recommend you watch it.
Just watch it.
Yeah,
visuals.
Just watch it because it explains what had gone on.
Right.
But it's basically 60 years after that.
Right. So it's way in the future.
It's been 20 years for us and the films and whatever else.
Is Neil Patrick Harris a goodie or baddie?
He's a baddie.
I thought he might be. I looked at the trailer and thought, is he? So are the robots still in control?
No.
No, they're not. No. So what you see is humanity's gone back to normal. Because what's the overall plot? Why are the robots doing this to people? What are they getting from it?
They were wanting control.
Right. So when the universe started, it was the robots.
Yes.
Right, and then they made this make-believe world. Did they make people?
No.
Right, the people were already there.
Yes.
So I've always been confused with Matrix here, mate. That's why I've got questions. I've always
it's been a while since I've watched the originals. Some of them.
Right, so it wasn't a case of we had Earth and humans, but the robots come along and then took over.
Yeah.
Right.
Sentience, I think they're called.
Apparently, there's a theory out there. You can correct this if I'm wrong or not. That the Matrix actually, even in the films, doesn't exist. It doesn't matter what pill that you take. It's all make believe. It's like a massive drug trip thing. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. To be fair, but like I said, I recommend just watching the film because it starts off that he's a computer designer.
Right.
And to him, he's a normal, everyday person.
He doesn't remember being Neo.
No, he doesn't remember being Neo. He's Tom. His original character's name was Tom.
Right.
And he designed the Matrix games 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so in this universe, the Matrix existed, but as games.
Yes.
And he made them.
Yes.
All right, that's kind of cool.
Trinity, even though she's back in it, she's just an everyday person.
Yeah, you can see the trailer.
Married with kids.
I recognise you.
Yeah. And then the people from in the Matrix finally found him because he hid himself.
Right. Which are the agent people.
Yeah. He hid himself. That's why it's been so long to find him.
Right.
To take him back into the Matrix.
Yeah.
And then to also get Trinity back into the Matrix, and then go from there.
Or to try and kill them. Right. Okay.
Yes. And the way it finished, it opened up for another film.
Right. I mean, I might give it a shout.
I recommend it because it's online. So,
just like I said, I'm not a massive fan of The Matrix. I've never been.
No.
So, alright, okay, so go watch The Matrix.
Go and watch The Matrix.
When you get to your Spider-Man crack, I have something to disagree with Tom Holland here as well.
Okay.
I have my first ever disagreement. Not a bad one. But I'll wait till
I don't know if it includes Tom Holland, but okay.
If I can get it out and out if you want.
Okay.
He came up with a statement, didn't he, saying he thinks the next Spider-Man should be a woman.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he said, right, once he's done his thing, he films
got kind of a woman.
Well, no, that's what I mean. The next Spider-Man shouldn't be a woman. They should just do a first Spider-Woman. She's sat right behind you on there.
We're getting a shitload of Spider-Gwen stuff coming.
Yeah, so when he said it, I thought, I understand why you're doing it. You want equal, blah, blah, blah. That's cool, go for it, right? But we have characters that is a Spider-Woman. Why does Spider-Man need to be changed to a woman? Just carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just let them do a Spider-Woman film.
Yeah.
Because James even put it on his Facebook, and I thought, I'm not going to get to a massive debate because I don't know how he'll see it. But I thought, what makes no sense? It's like, oh, we should make Batman just do a girl one. Well, no, we should have Batman with Batwoman or Batgirl.
Yeah. No,
the women characters.
I agree with you on that.
It's the same, like you just said, Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen being of recent years because she's a newish character. Her popularity is shot right through the roof.
She's got shitloads of stuff coming.
So don't just go, I'm Spider-Man. I've changed it to Spider-Woman because we have Spider-Woman.
Because we've got fucking web people and fucking verse people. And
yeah,
a shitload of female spiders all popping
yeah.
up.
So when he said it, I thought, what? I don't understand. No, just keep Spider-Man doing the Spider-Man thing. But anyway, yeah. Carry on, sir.
As we know, Harry Potter 20th anniversary.
The celebration.
Return to Hogwarts.
I will be watching
New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not massive Harry Potter fan, but
it'll be an HBO Max. So they're going online.
It's
over there. So that's.
I watched the Friends one, so I'm going to watch the Harry Potter one.
Kick-Ass.
Oh, Kick-Ass.
I enjoyed the Kick-Ass. Yeah.
More like ass kicked.
Yeah. Well, it's getting a complete reboot.
Oh. I enjoyed them.
They said it wouldn't be right making a third one because it's just basically what it says on the tin.
Yeah. But that's what a reboot's going to do?
Yeah, they're just making it more modern.
Okay. Because
the original first Kick-Ass came back out 2010.
You see, and again, Kick-Ass is basically any comic book fans dream. You just get an outfit and you just try and do your best.
Yeah. And obviously a follow up on the 2013.
And the lad that plays him's the Quicksilver from the MCU. I can't remember his name now.
But we're getting a complete reboot.
I mean, fair enough.
It just says big reboot, so it could be anything really. But yeah. Disney Plus has confirmed that animated Guardians spin-off I Am Groot is coming next year. They haven't got a specific date.
I thought they were doing a Guardians Christmas special.
Yeah, they are.
So when's that out? Or is that just going to randomly appear on Christmas Day?
It's going to randomly appear, I think.
Because do we know if that's animated or what? Or is it even got Star-Lord and that in it?
I don't know, to be fair, because I've not really heard anything on it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any trailers. I am right in remembering this, aren't I?
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think it's coming for next year now.
Oh, is it next year? I thought it because we heard about this months ago.
I know. But everything being getting on hold and pushed back and everything else, so it's like. But at the minute we've got Groot. I'm Groot. Animated series coming.
Fair enough.
With Vin Diesel.
Would this be Groot as in Big Groot, Teenage Groot, Baby Groot? Like, how are they doing it?
Again, I don't know, but I'm guessing it's going to be Baby Groot.
So they're going to do it as in like when he was a baby, like the little wacky adventures.
I think so. Well, I don't know really, because they haven't said if it's going to be they've said spin-off, so I don't know if it's going to be a series or a film. Because
when we last left him in Endgame, he was sort of the teenager-y Groot, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. He's going through puberty.
Yeah.
It is attitude. Don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But speaking of Vin, they've announced Fast and Furious 10 and 11 will get pushed back. Well, it's 10.
Well, push back because of COVID shit.
I don't know. To be fair. It's 10 part A and 10 part B.
Yeah, it's
going to be a double
like Infinity
bill.
War Endgame.
Yeah, it's going to be a double bill. So instead of coming out April this year, number 10, part A, it's going to be April next year.
Right, and then there's one following the year after.
Possibly the year after that, yeah.
And that's it done dusted.
Yes.
Not including any spin-offs.
Not including any spin-offs because we're still going to the Hobbs and Shaw.
Are you happy that we have an end date then, or are you not happy?
How many this should be fucking stopped? To be fair.
But it's hard though, isn't it? Because as much as you're a fan of it,
big franchise.
as much as you're a fan of it, you want it to stop. If they brought another one, you're still going to go watch it.
Yeah. I know.
It's like Walking Dead. Me and you said, right, yeah, it's time to stop. Just end it on your high. But if they brought another 5 seasons, we'll watch it.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'll finish this off. So yeah, spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw coming. Still haven't heard what's going on with the all-female cast spin-off with Letty.
But you had a taste of it when they went to Tokyo to get Han.
Yes, because it's maybe them girls doing their thing. But I don't know if that's
what was after. It was the girl that Han looked after.
Yeah, it was the little Chinese/English person.
Was she not Japanese?
/English.
Right, okay.
There was Giselle.
Yeah.
There was Letty.
Yeah.
And I forget her name. The sister.
Ah, yes.
I always forget her name.
No, not Marie. Maya.
Yeah. It's going to be them 4 doing their thing.
Not bothered, mate. I'll watch it, but
when I don't know. Spin off. But no, yeah. Since you've mentioned Walking Dead, I finally finished Fear.
Yeah, it's very shit.
I was confused because what I read.
Spoilers, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. What I read, it was supposed to tie in with The Walking Dead.
So did
I. The only thing I got from that was that fucking the guard woman.
Yeah.
That was it.
I was waiting for them to go into a complex and mention, oh, there's this Rick, or there's this guy we've got, or there was these people we know.
No. So to me, what the hell was the point in the programme?
To be honest, mate, overall, now looking at now it's done, I think that the 2 series were... Yeah.
Because we still don't know what actually timeline that is actually setting.
No. Well, like I said, we were ready for this to finish. Well, boom, Walking Dead starts.
The only thing that did stand out, though, because I read into it, because I was fucking confused because it was all in French, is the cutscene.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is mad having a cutscene.
Because that guy from the monitor, he's from the first one in the lab.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going off what I read because my memory's shit. He mentions that they've got a lab over in France where they were doing a thing. This is going back from the first film. Well, apparently this is the lab.
Right, okay.
And the writing on the wall on top, even though it was in French, was basically saying the walkers were born here.
Is that connected to the same lab from season 2 of Walking Dead?
Yeah, the big one that got blown up.
Yeah.
The guy that whispered into Rick's ear.
Right, okay. So it's this, they've got a series of... There must be a connection of labs around the world then. And they all... Right.
Yeah, but the one in France is the main one.
Right, okay.
Because like I say, written on the wall in French, obviously, walkers born here. So basically, the walkers were born in this lab. Is it the virus or whatever it is?
Yeah, because how does that still make sense? Because everyone's still got it. So at some point, they must have released something into the air.
Yeah.
Everyone breathed it.
It's basically like cancer. We're all born with it. It just takes something to trigger it off.
Yeah. But if they were made there, they must have had to have released something.
But the only difference is, if you noticed, she wasn't your original walker. She ran to that door. She ran for her target.
Yeah, she was a lot more thingy.
Which we've never seen in the Walking Dead before.
Resident Evil and shit you've seen and stuff, but...
Yeah. So, that's basically the only tie I can see from that.
Maybe somewhere there's a lot more powerful walkers out there.
Yeah.
Which would be quite cool.
And the Rick films, I still don't know the fucking
it's still...
They are happening.
It is all still nuts. But you know, overall, I thought Fear is a bit...
Fear is a bit...
World Beyond...
Yeah. They could have just put that little episode in one of the fucking...
I would have taken it. I would have happily taken it. But yeah. But the only thing is, people out there, if they mention this now in the future Walking Dead, or thingy, you're going to be like, I didn't see this. Where did that come from? You have to go spend your time watching this drizzle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was that. Moving on. Avatar, the cartoon.
The Last Airbender.
Fucking thing. Yeah. We're getting a live action version of it.
So we had a live action, and yet again, just like Dragon Ball, it was fucking shit. Have you seen the live action Dragon Ball?
No.
Oh, it's disgusting, and that one was shit. But if they do it right, then this could be fucking amazing. Fair enough. I don't mind Avatar. See, I want them to redo a Dragon Ball live action because we've seen, you know what Super Saiyans look like. I've shown you pictures.
Yeah.
Remember Captain Marvel when she comes out, she first starts glowing, and her head. That's a Super Saiyan animated live action right there. So all they need to do is put that on something that looks like Goku and shit. Away you go.
You might wonder.
Yeah.
Well, what was in that? We just talked about it.
That new T-shirt.
It is.
Let's say, I don't think I've ever seen you wear that. Chris usually has his standard outfit procedures. It's either scan your jumpers with different. Like I always imagine Chris's wardrobe. He opens it up. There's 20 different scan your jumpers just with different blue line, red line, or whatever. I've never seen that shirt yet.
No.
It's either that or your Deadpool shirt.
Joggers to fit.
Ah, I just bought a lot of joggers from
I
Primark
was
the other day.
buying kids' clothes in Matalan.
Why are you buying kids' clothes? Why you got kids? Where you got them?
There was fuck all for them, so I thought I'll have a look at the men's section right there. And I spotted a couple of bits and bobs, so I thought I'll get this on. But I still need to go clothes shopping though.
Clothes shopping bores me now. I used to kind of get excited, now I get bored of it.
But I need to go to Newcastle line.
Just want to buy toys.
Boys. So yeah, we've mentioned that. Right, Spider-Man. Okay.
I love Spider-Man.
I know you do.
It's my favourite.
Kevin Feige has confirmed that Spider-Man 4 is coming.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's looking at me as if to say, stay.
But it's not going to be Tom Holland.
Okay.
Andrew Garfield.
Oh, shit. Wait.
Which means he's gone back
to his,
which is part of Sony.
Yeah.
Which is why we're getting the Venom.
Spider-Man. So it won't be Tom Holland versus Venom. Because I know there was a lot of people petitioning to give. They'll see it all online. People saying give Andrew Garfield a third film because he had Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and it just ended. So does that mean that Venom recognised Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man? Because
he just said what we seen, wasn't it? We just seen Spider-Man. We just seen that
guy. So he recognised.
So for all we know, it could have been Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, because I'm going to bring it up. I wasn't going to mention. I mentioned Venom potentially being a Nexus being because we see him when he speaks to Eddie saying, Eddie, us symbiotes have lived billions of years and travelled across multiverses. That's what he physically says.
Yeah.
So it could be him. So Kevin Feige says there is, but it's going to be in Sony. But Kevin Feige is the head of the MCU, so what's he got to do with? And how's that a fourth Spider-Man when it's his third film? Explain, Chris. I'm confused now.
I don't know.
But we could still have Tom Holland versus Venom because there's a bit of symbiote left, isn't there?
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong, I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I forgot how much I loved him until he come back. Because it'll be his. So would it be done if it's all Sony shit? Would it still be getting done by the MCU then if Kevin Feige's involved?
Well, like I say, they've kind of like they have announced that Sony Marvel have done a crossover for the next couple of films: Venom, Morbius, Spider-Man, Hulk, all that lot. So it can be still part of it.
We just know how they're going to bridge the gap. They've done it once before. We know Multiverse of Madness is coming. We know there's going to be characters that stem from multiverses.
For all we know, Sony could have said, right, you do eat.
Yeah.
And we'll just back you up.
Yeah, well, because every time Sony have tried, their Spider numbers haven't succeeded. Marvel do it, the MCU, and they go, look at the numbers we make.
That must be kind of
so that's still confused me how it's going to be a fourth film, though. Because it's Andrew's third film. Unless, well, I suppose now what do you do? Because we know that there's 3 guaranteed Spider-Man run across the multiverse. So any time a Spider does a film, they just add it onto the Spider film. Because I'm assuming it won't be part of... Because Tom Holland at the minute has a trilogy.
Yes. So
the next film that comes out, you're assuming is a home-related something. So that to me would be the fourth. I'm very confused now.
I'm sure they'll clarify it.
They always do, but now you've started that bullshit again, Chris. I'm overthinking that. You're a prick. But there was a lot of online chatter for Andrew Garfield to get another film.
I seen.
Poor bastard. I fought a Russian guy in a rhino suit before.
What?
That's what they said, didn't they? It's like, I went to space and fought an alien. I fought a Russian guy in a rhino suit.
Bless him. I forgot what it's called now. The Orville season 3 is appearing in February. I like the Orville.
Have you fucking done Titans yet?
No.
Fucking Christ. It's all on Netflix now. I think they've added it all to Netflix.
I've seen it, so I'll watch it.
I might redo it actually. As background noise on my phone when I'm playing Spider-Man because I can do that now. I'm so happy I can play Spider-Man. The worst thing is my mum goes, "Why'd you buy a PlayStation, Dan?" "Oh, just to play Spider-Man." "And what are you going to do with it afterward?" "Wait for the next Spider-Man." She's like, "What a waste of money." I was like,
"It's 500 quid."
No, I got it for $475. I don't know how or why or when or what. It's a distance. Honestly though, it's fucking hideous.
Still a round up figure.
Yeah.
Got a lot of money just to sit. Like, okay, that's it till next year.
And mate, though, I got fucking lucky with my bets. I told you about my bets.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt the entertainment news. I had a football bet on, didn't I?
Okay.
On the weekend, so you know I always do. I had 3 teams, both teams to score and win, which the odds on them were ridiculous. So basically, I had Forest to beat Hull, but they're both to score. Forest won 2-1, and I had a couple of games on that shit like that. Won 215 off that, and I had Jake Paul to win the boxing match by way of knockout in the 6th round. By way of knockout in the 6th round, won it. I was like, oh my fuck. The knockout I knew was going to happen, but the round was a fucking just, I'd get there, I guess. 100 bar off that. And then the day after, I put a load of foreign games on, like PSV and all that shit from Netherlands, 140 quid there. I was like, what the fuck? So I won all this fucking money, and I thought, do you look at PlayStation? Yeah. Couldn't believe it. Could not believe it, mate. And the worst thing is, my rule in life, B will tell you, is always everything comes in threes.
Nice.
So there's my 3 fucking wins. Did you watch that knockout, by the way? Jake Paul's knockout.
No.
Have you not seen it?
No.
I'll show you after. It's just, mate, the whole fight was the most boring piece of shit I've ever watched. I sat like this, and then all of a sudden, and I'm like, what the fuck? It went from 0.0001 mile an hour to 1 billion miles an hour. It was a joke. But yeah, I'll show you after.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't gamble though, kids. Don't gamble.
Don't gamble. The Orville season 3, February next year. January next year though, Morbius.
Yes.
Finally, fucking. We might get to see something at the end of this. What will we see?
And we know he's definitely in the Venom universe because he says the line to the guy who's good about to eat, "We are Venom."
Yes.
So we know he's part of his Sony universe. So currently, inside Venom confirmed is him and Morbius and other symbiotes like Carnage and Toxin.
What's your calendar?
Oh, you got your calendar check.
I know.
Oh no.
I can't phone. So January 28th, which is a Friday. Happy days.
Lovely, lovely.
Happy days. Happy days. Happy days. Right, figure out where the fuck I'm at now. That's right. Secret Invasion.
Which is Nick's project, isn't it?
Yes. We are not getting that till 2023 now.
Right, okay.
It's just things getting moved about and everything else, like what Kevin said that was going to happen. So 2023. Why have we got this? What if this for some reason?
He's got some Spider-Man crack.
Well, yeah, Spider-Man, Venom, all these crap. I don't remember why I've got it.
Right, okay.
Still not clear what universe Marvel was set in. Got Raimi's Spider-Man painted on the MCU spy references.
Yeah, that's a bit. That's confusing.
Yeah. Got the TASM.
Yeah. The Don't let me fucking. What do you call the acronym for it?
Got the TASM ASCORP logo.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay. Logo. You get Sony says it's set in the Venomverse. It means way. Yeah. So a lot of people are still trying to figure out what the.
Yeah, that's what we have because, like you just said, Sam Raimi. So Andrew, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man with murder written over it, reference to Tom Holland's Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man references in the background.
Yeah, but you know what Sony like, you know what Marvel like, though? They like fucking flipping people's minds, either delete people out of it, or they'll fucking put something in that's not supposed to be there. That's the only thing I can get from that, to be honest.
It's weird. And, of course, Michael Keaton in jail. Michael Keaton is our Vulture.
Stay in contact.
Yeah. Which is going to be mad as well, because we're going to see him as Batman. Fuck. What a time to be a superhero fan.
To be John Wick has been delayed for a year.
Oh.
Why, I don't know. But it's now getting, instead of watching it in May next year, it's going to be March 23.
Right, okay.
So it's a huge fucking delay.
That's a massive delay.
Huge delay.
Hi, puppy dog.
That was my last one.
Be nice. Chris walked you.
Yeah, nice. Was it? No, it wasn't. Good. With that.
Smack his bum.
His Dark Materials season 3.
Which is what my mum watches.
Your mum watches.
That's why I won't watch it, because I can imagine you and my mum sat on the couch with blankets and cocoa because it's Dark Materials.
Season 3, possibly final season. First quarter of next year. So anytime between January and April.
Right.
And that is that.
Well, thank you for that, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that was a nice end of year, because it'll be the last podcast of the year as it is anyway. I hope you enjoyed. You had some Chris's lists there. Have you got a standout film of the year? Your ultimate, mine. I'm sorry to be boring though, Dan. Spider-Man. I can't help it.
My standout film for 2020.
Anything. What your favourite thing is, or piece of TV show. Anything. Your favourite piece of, whether it be Marvel, fucking whatever.
TV series. I'm gonna have to give it 2.
That was Voldemort.
Lost in Space.
Oh, okay. So Chris's show of the year, Lost in Space.
Yes, I fucking love that show. And season 3, the final season, finished it off. Beautiful.
See, just to interrupt, Henry Cavill wants to make a Red Dead Redemption film because he loves Red Dead. Did you hear the story about him nearly missing the role of Superman because he was playing World of Warcraft?
No.
He was playing World of Warcraft and thingy.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, World of Warcraft. He loves Dungeons and Dragons, but he was playing World of Warcraft at the time. And what's his name? It's Justice League. Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder rang him. He knew he could hear it ringing, but he was in the middle of a battle. He was like, "No, I'll leave it." That was him sitting on the phone saying, "You got the role of Spider-Man." That's Superman. Who sat there just fucking love it. And do you not see the people when he made his computer just there in his shorts and his muscles, and he got millions of views because he's a good-looking lad and that. And he sat there building his computer, but only people to watch it. Even I sat and watched it. Couldn't give a shit about
what I did read is that his nephew was getting bullied
at
school.
And he took him to school because he was only getting bullied because he said my uncle's Superman.
Yes.
And they're like, fuck off. So here he is. He's like, and he rang his sister. His sister rang him up and he went, "Oh, no worries." Imagine that. Imagine being the person I'm bullying you right now, and you said, "Right, I'm gonna get my uncle in." But fuck off, your Uncle Superman next to you in school. You're like, hello.
But a lot of friends now.
See, what I would have done is, right, I don't know if he would have been able to because he would have got harassed by a lot of people, like trying to say hello. He should have went full gimmick and wore the suit.
Oh, yeah, I would have wore the suit.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If you see that, you're going to be like, I'm going to sick, and regular people are going to be like, oh, God, pick him up. It would kind of maybe ruin it all. But I would have waited for assembly to start, or maybe at the end of school, waited for assembly to start, or whatever they're doing, and just like say, "Hi, ring up the school. Can I just come in and pick up my nephew?" Blah blah blah, and just walk into the assembly. The whole floor was there, like, "Hiya, whatever his name was, Josh. Come on, let's go." And everyone's like, that kid will be a legend in school now.
Have you watched The Witcher yet?
Nah, mate. I will get it done. I don't know what it is.
I recommend it because it's. I'll mention it now since we forgot all about it. Season 2 finished. Yep. Door.
That'll be B's bag.
B's bag. Season 2 finished.
Yeah, I am listening. I'm just keeping dodgy.
And they announced that we are getting a spin-off. Blood Origins, it's going to be called.
Which is not with Henry Cavill.
No, this is going to be set 1,200 years before The Witcher.
How many?
1,200.
Oh, okay.
1,200 years before The Witcher.
Right, okay.
So basically, it says what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Blood Origin. Basically, how the witches
were made.
Were,
yeah, because people don't like the witches, do they?
No.
Like thingy. No, I will get round to it, and I will do it because I did enjoy it, but whatever reason, I got to stick it on this twice. Time and I'm gone. I actually can't be asked with you. Not him. I don't know. It's like I had the same sort of vibe with Game of Thrones, even though I'd done it all. It just this could be me being a fucking prick here. Whenever I get to swords and mythology and shit, I'm sorry, Chris. You know what I'm going to say? I want Lord of the Rings.
Well, you can have that next year.
I know, man. I can't fucking wait. And don't get us wrong. I know there's going to be people debating, saying, "Well, this, you know, fantasy adventure thing's better." And you got your opinion, fair enough. But yeah, when I see swords and horsebacks and dragons and monsters, I just think, give me the fucking Lord of the Rings. And I can't help it. Because I fucking adore them. Me and my mate had a massive debate at work about who would win, Gandalf or Dumbledore. And again, it's subject to opinion. There's no real right answer. But we went online there's an actual poll. 87% of people that took this poll, and there was like 200,000 people took this poll, said Gandalf. And I said, mate, I'm taking it as a win. I know technically you can't be right because it's a fictional battle that will never happen. You can say, well, he can do this, and it's all shoulda, couldas. But so I was like, fuck you, Dumbledore. But no, I will get around to it, and I will watch the prequel.
Like I say, the prequel will be out until next year, to be fair, which means that we're not going to get season 3 until at least the year.
For a while.
Yes.
It's been exactly a year, hasn't it, since season 1 and 2? Is it exactly a year?
Yes. No.
It's been 2 years. 2 years. Because I know it was around Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been 2 years. But obviously the pandemic was most of that.
Boba Fett starting in a couple of days.
It is. But like, no, spin-off is kind of halfway through, but I don't think we're going to see it until maybe towards the end of next year, which means that's, again, we're going to be waiting at least another year after that. So 2024, maybe Christmas.
Are they still cancelled Game of Thrones then as well?
Yes.
That's still bizarre. I was explaining, because B likes Game of Thrones. I was explaining it to her, what you said. I still can't get my head around it. I know that you said it costs a lot of money, blah, 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 but the amount of money it's going to make.
I know.
Like, you can't say, if Disney turned around and said to your Kevin Feige, this film's going to cost $200 million to make, Disney are going to say that's fine because we know you're going to make. So surely HBO and that should say, oh, right, it costs however much to make. Look how much money the series made.
No. It's daft, but like I said, I think they just put so much money into the first episode, the pilot episode. They've kind of like said, nah. If we're putting that much money into the first one.
Yeah, and again, not every episode will be a massive banger, will it?
No. But going off that though, the Game of Thrones, even though you weren't a fan, to me it started off brilliantly and just went down after that. But for the first couple of seasons, it was big, it was epic.
Mate, but again, I'm not a fan, but I knew.
And they wanted to give that spin-off the same feeling.
Vibe.
You
see, again, a lot of people keep debating with me. I still didn't like Game of Thrones because everyone says it's the most unpredictable. I saw straight through everything. I don't know if that's just me being a lucky, cocky bastard getting it right. I just saw through the whole. I remember saying to you when I hadn't watched it yet, saying about how that Jon Snow's going to be a main guy. You know, he's actually going to be the real thingy because they kept hammering home points and shit like that about how certain people and why the show's obsessed with straight men with big dicks getting their dick cut off. I couldn't get my head around that. It's like again, South Park to break the episode down better. But anyway, I interrupted you anyway because you said your favourite show. What's your favourite film of the year?
Oh yeah, favourite film of the year. I don't know. There's been that many.
No, you
considering
are right.
We haven't been to cinema that as much times as we have in the past. There's been that many. They're not even just at cinema, you're watching online. Obviously also Spider-Man.
Show's a hard one though. I couldn't guarantee give you a. Oh, see. I might have to say Titans. You know. I know it's at the back end of the year when it come out, but this new series of Titans is just. Yeah, I don't know how much you love the Titans.
Yeah. I haven't watched it though.
No, I know, but I again, it's another character in your head that I thought was a pointless piece of shit. Why do I want to watch Robin? Why do I want to watch? I love Robin.
Yeah,
I love it. Spider-Man. Why do I watch Spider-Man? Oh, I love Spider-Man. I won't say love, but I like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Films, I'm gonna have to say James Bond.
James Bond was a massive surprise for me. Like I said to you.
I think it's because obviously we did Daniel Craig's last one and the way it finished, it was emotional for me.
Yeah, because that's the first ever time a James Bond's been killed off.
No,
No, hasn't James Bond died before?
He has.
Right.
To Roger Moore, I think it was, but he kind of came back. But they never acknowledged that.
So he died and come back with another acknowledged it. So that leads me back to the question then. The question that I still can't get my head around. Is James Bond, every time they thingy, is it a new one? Or is it somebody just taking over the mantle?
It's the same guy. Basically, he's the same person.
He's the same person. So when Idris Elba comes, if it's Idris Elba, just say it is. He's the same person as Daniel Craig. He's done all the same missions and all the same stuff, and he's got all the same backstory.
Well, now I don't know because they've actually acknowledged. It's the first time, even though he has died once in the past, it's the first time he was acknowledged.
Right. Okay. So ignore new one then. So
going from Pierce Brosnan to Daniel Craig.
That's the same person,
Yes.
just a different actor.
Yes.
Right. It confuses the life out of me. I don't actually, because to me, again, you know better than anyway. Because I'm not going to argue with you with it. I always thought it was a soft reboot. They just started again.
The only one they've done kind of not a reboot, but kind of another version is Casino Royale. They did it back in the 70s or whatever.
Right.
And then they did it again, and when Daniel Craig's.
Right. But I know I will not.
His first one.
No.
Oh, Daniel Craig's first one.
Obviously not for me, but I will not argue with you. As a non-James Bond fan, that film was fairly cool. I enjoyed it. Much better than the old ones. I can never really. You always just come in, shag the bird, had a cocktail, killed someone. When at least these films give them a bit of depth and.
Because with James Bond, you've always got your main villain. You've always got your gadgets. You've always got this, and this. But with this last film. I won't say the last couple of films, they've always been. It's the first time they've tied all these
intertwined
films
and stuff
together, with his past catching up with him, and then finding out he had a family. And
see,
even though Rami Malek, we didn't really see much of Rami Malek, and even though he was a villain, we didn't kind of need him because it was his past that was catching up with him.
Yeah.
Which obviously killed him in the end because he couldn't be with his family.
Just to go back to our previous point, in this film they replaced James Bond with a different person, don't they?
Not James Bond, his agency.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The 007 mark.
That can get replaced. That's
Yeah.
just a number.
Right.
It's James Bond himself is the main character.
Yeah.
But obviously with rumours coming,
did you see Keanu Reeves was asked in an interview if he would play a Bond villain? He was like, "Fuck it too, right?" But you couldn't take him as a villain because you'd just be like, "Come on, I wouldn't mind if you would. Go on."
with Keanu Reeves,
that would be.
It'd kill them.
You would, like, wouldn't you?
You wouldn't need to give him guns.
Well, it's because you're thinking of John Wick, aren't
But
we?
like something, just like say, it's his background. He grew up martial arts.
Yeah, I know, but in the story, he's somebody that's not had that history, have they?
But I mean, it wouldn't feel right just him going around just like.
To be fair though, see, I remember more Keanu Reeves because my best memory of Keanu Reeves is a dopey ass dude.
Yeah.
That's my. Anyway, but should we end it there?
Yeah.
End it there. Right, thank you. What a wonderful year of shit it's been. Have you got your badge?
Right.
Hi!
The hell's that? Looks like a corset.
It's Rapunzel's dress.
Looks like a corset. Is that
It's very square. Where's your lamp?
What do you call them waist things you breathe in?
A corset.
Is it a corset? Aye. It looks like
Yeah.
one of them.
Have a good year, visuals. Keep it on.
Look at that.